This is Mark from Tree Studio. So in this episode, we can talk about wedding photography cost in Melbourne. So I'm guessing you have followed several wedding photographers' Instagram. Bride-to-be always expect to hire the best wedding photographer for those wild wedding photos. But hold on 1 minute, let's get down to earth. So do you want to save money on your wedding photography package in Melbourne? I'm pretty sure you don't want to pay an unnecessarily high amount on wedding photography, which will end up sacrificing your budget on other wedding suppliers. Also, you don't want to see your loved one's scared face when he sees your wedding photography quote. So in this episode, I will unfold you the secret on finding the best affordable wedding photography package, as well as revealing 3 smart tips to save your money by getting a better deal. So let's waste no time and get started. So first of all, how much does wedding photography actually cost in Melbourne? And according to Easy Wedding Industry Report in 2019, the average wedding photography cost was $29.14 in Melbourne and $29.63 Australia-wide. And compared to the average package prices of last 3 years, the average wedding photography package price on 2019 only showed a small amount of increase. The figure was $28.35 in 2016, $28.67 in 2017, and $28.45 in 2018. So we can see the increase is still in a reasonable range. And next up, what's the average percentage of couples spending on wedding photography package out of their total wedding budget? And according to government Money Smart and ABRA survey, the average wedding expense in total was $36,200 for 2019, which include around $18,063 for wedding venues, food and drink, around $1,800 for entertainment, as well as flowers and decoration. The wedding photography take account of 8% of the total wedding budget, which is around $29.63. So to know more about wedding photography price, we need to get more specific. How does wedding photography package price differentiate in different regions in Victoria? So to research this topic, I have selected several popular wedding locations in Victoria, which includes Melbourne CBD, the Yarra Valley, Geelong, Mornington, and Dandenong Ranges. So I have set 8 hours as the standard wedding photography package for comparison, as it's the most popular coverage time for couples to record their morning getting ready all the way to the formalities during the night. So to ensure all figures are honest, transparent, and accurate, I also research all the prices by using Google organic search only. And there are several rules that I follow to make the price comparison to make it fair. So firstly, I avoid Google ads, and secondly, 35 wedding photography packages were gathered from each region. And thirdly, 8 hours wedding photography coverage as the standard package for reference. And lastly, I excluded any price on albums and enlargements. So here you can see the chart on wedding photography price per different region around Melbourne. So Melbourne CBD wedding photography package averaged at $19.31, and Yarra Valley wedding photography averaged at $36.50, Geelong averaged at $29.83, Mornington averaged at $27.57, while Dandenong Ranges averaged at $28.96. And surprisingly, the average price in Melbourne CBD is significantly cheaper than the average price of anywhere in Victoria. The average wedding photography price in Geelong, Mornington, Dandenong is closer to the average price you will find in Australia, while Yarra Valley wedding photography, which is $36.50, holds the highest amount of the price out of the 5 regions. So from the data I gathered, we can see that brides have a higher chance to get a more affordable wedding photography package from wedding photographers or studios who are actually based in the Melbourne CBD. And there are a few reasons causing this phenomenon. Firstly, there are more than 50% of wedding photographers that are actually based in the Melbourne's inner suburb and CBD. Therefore, higher competitions leads to more affordable wedding packages. And secondly, higher budget of Yarra Valley weddings leads to higher average cost of Yarra Valley wedding photography. The average cost of wedding venue package in Yarra Valley is around $200 per head, while the city wedding venues price per head only averaged at around $150. And next up, we're going to talk about ads platform. If you are researching wedding photography package recently, you should have come across both Instagram and Google Ads. And you may wonder which platform provides better wedding photography price for you. So to answer this question, I spent about 30 days to research the price on wedding photography on Instagram and Google. And this time, I focused on advertisements instead of organic search. So I used keywords such as wedding photography Melbourne, wedding photographers Melbourne, wedding photography package on Google, and on Instagram, I set my account as a 28 years old female who lives in Melbourne, and I have also followed several wedding photographers, dressmakers, and receptions, so Instagram would know my recent interest will be wedding. Then it will start displaying ads including wedding photography on my feed. And there are also some rules that I set to make this experiment transparent and fair, which are 30 days as the time frame. 15 wedding photography package was selected from each group, and I also set 8 hours as the standard package for reference. Lastly, wedding albums costs are removed. And here you can see the chart on average wedding photography package price provided by two different ads platforms. And surprisingly, the average wedding photography cost on Google Ads is 34.3% less than Instagram ads, with Google giving $21.92 and Instagram giving $33.41. Hence, you are more likely to get a more affordable wedding photography package from Google Ads than Instagram does. And Google wins the battle this time in terms of affordability for our bride and groom. And lastly, back to our topic, what actually is an affordable wedding photography package in Melbourne? The affordable wedding photography price should be reasonable, manageable, and fits within the total budget for a couple's wedding. And most importantly, it should still come with professional service. And according to Easy Wedding reports and AVIA 10,000 Brides survey, an affordable wedding photography package price will be around $2,000 to $3,000 in Melbourne. And there are also, however, wedding photography prices under $1,000 on Gumtree you can find, but we don't consider those to be relative as most of them are offered by amateur wedding photographers. And if you want to book them, keep in mind to check their portfolio and meet them in person. Don't sign a paper unless you are confident and comfortable with your wedding photographer. And next up, what should an affordable wedding photography package include? So normally, a wedding photography package should come with a 6 to 8 hour coverage time, which is usually enough for wedding photographers to capture most formalities on the day, as well as all the photos edited, delivered in high resolution so couples can print them. Using Tree Studio's wedding photography package as a sample. So our basic package for $150, you will have 6 hours wedding photography coverage by one photographer, 2 enlargement prints at 20 and 14 inch, unlimited photos taken, and all will be edited and delivered in high resolution on a USB. And for bigger cultural traditional wedding like Lebanese, Greek, Italian, and Asian weddings, those weddings usually require longer wedding photography coverage to capture all the traditional rituals, and sometimes multiple wedding photographers are needed to shoot from different angles. And even if the bride is planning a big wedding, she will still want the wedding photography package to be professional and affordable. So Tree Studio's polished wedding photography package is perfect for grand cultural weddings. At $3,499, you will get 14 hours wedding photography coverage by 2 professional wedding photographers, 3 enlargement prints. All images will be also edited and delivered on USB. And what about the options and extra costs, you might ask? So when signing your wedding photography package contract, it's also worthwhile to check with your wedding photographers. Here are 6 most often extra costs you may encounter when booking your wedding photography package, which are traveling cost, wedding album, enlargements, drone wedding, as well as extra hours on the day. And lastly, the photography editing. The traveling costs, if you are not getting married in the Melbourne CBD, the photographers are likely to charge you for a small traveling fee to cover the petrol expense. A reasonable range for traveling cost is around $1.2 to $2 per kilometer if the distance is more than 25 kilometers from the Melbourne CBD. And wedding album is accept the digital or soft copy of wedding photographs. So some bride and groom wants to add on a custom wedding album or a parent album. A wedding album normally starts from $600 and some handcrafted ones can be priced up to $2,000. So here you can find Tree Studio wedding photography price guide here. And drone wedding photography costs average around $400 to $800 in Melbourne. It's often used for group photos, destination photos, and pre-wedding photo shoots. And if your wedding day runs behind schedule and you want your wedding photographer to stay longer to capture more, the average extra hour rate for wedding photography will be anywhere around $200 to $300 per hour in Melbourne. And lastly, photography editing will be some wedding photographers only provide the raw version of wedding photographs, meaning only a small amount or no will be edited, delivered by you. In enlargement mix and canvas, the 36 one will be around $80. So is there any hidden cost in your wedding photography package? Some wedding photographers only provide low resolution wedding photographs. It's fine to view those pictures on the online gallery, but however, it's not usable to be enlarged due to the low resolution. And some wedding photographers only provide wedding photos with added watermarks and charge you extra when you want to remove them. So it's really important to check your contract before signing them. And lastly, here are 3 smart ways to save your money for your wedding photography in Melbourne, which are weekday wedding photography promotion, winter wedding photography special, and combination of wedding photography and videography package. So it's pretty straightforward for the weekday and winter wedding promotion. The weekday is from Monday to Thursday, and June to August in Melbourne, winter is considered as off-peak wedding season. Some wedding photographers offer discount up to 5 to 10% off when the wedding couples meet the condition. And combination of wedding photography and video package is buy more and save more. That's exactly how it works for wedding photography as well. If you are planning to book a wedding videography service as well to capture your wedding, you might be able to get a better deal when you book them in the same company. And you can save around 6 to 10% on a combined package comparing to getting them separately from 2 different studios. And booking from the same company also offers you convenience, as your fiancé can finally be relieved from the endless weekend meetings and enjoy his new released Xbox games. And you could use the saved money to buy a new pair of shoes or anything you love. So here is our most popular combined wedding photography and videography package. So for $4,000, you will get 8 hours professional coverage by wedding photographers and videographers, 2 enlargement prints, a 5-minute wedding trailer, as well as live footage. So all productions will be delivered via USB. And put icing on the cake, a 12-inch albums will also be included. So that's it for this episode on how to save money on your wedding photography package cost in Melbourne. And if you have any questions regarding to your wedding photography coverage, just send us an email or drop a comment below. This is Mark from Tree Studio, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.